Hey guys, this is Tina B.
And Charmaine G.
We're here to talk about the messiness of life. It's ugly.
And it's raw.
It's real.
And it's a freaking game.
It's whack-a-mole.
Whack-a-mole!
Whack-a-mole.
Whack-a-mole!
Whack-a-mole.
Whack-a-mole!
This is us.
And our gift to you.
Do 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 do. Oh my goodness, our Alex Trebek. Hello and welcome, whack-a-moles, wackos. I'm feeling very wacko-ish today. I'm on one.
I can't wait. Like, I need that. Like, I am so low right now. I need
What
you
is the problem? I just gave you a compliment.
You did.
I
and
did.
then I'm all like trying to, give you one back, and it's not empty. It's just like space case.
Oh,
over
I
here.
didn't hear it.
Tina, you worked your ass off on that work assignment.
yeah.
You did
She
so good, and I wish
You
I would
did.
have said it to you because you
darling.
fucking make it look good.
Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Thank you. That means a lot to me on a bunch of levels. Thank you. Charmaine's arms look really good today. She's feeling sassy. She's wearing leather, a leather sleeveless dress. What the hell?
Smoking.
You look good.
Yeah, thanks. I did shower today. Matter of fact, though.
That I also noticed, but that was earlier today, so I didn't
Really?
think it was a good. Yeah, of course.
Tina, I have to admit to you, I don't even give a fuck what I look like. I mean, half the days I look at the end of it and I'm like, I made it. I made it through the day.
Okay, we took family pictures last week, and I live with the most beautiful people.
They're stunning.
Fuck.
Stunning.
And then there's me. It looks like the camera came up and whacked me right in the head.
You are so wrong.
Yeah, I
Like,
feel
you're-
like that.
This is why, hang on, viewers. Can I out you?
Oh, totally.
Okay, I'm totally going to out you. This is why you do not see us recording
No,
live.
it's totally why.
Yeah. It is literally a huge insecurity. And there's nothing
huge.
warranting it. Like,
It's huge.
I'm going to freaking just snap pictures of you all day
Oh
long.
my! Every time she goes, let's take a picture.
Hold on, no.
I just
Hold on. She comes into the office looking like an angel, like a beautiful flowing angel. And she's like, Charmaine, have you seen these filters on
Oh
Snapchat?
my gosh!
Let's take a picture.
It's like holy shit fire! Brand new stuff, man.
So expect to never see us live, but go back to your family pictures. You could see me in my leather dress,
I'm sure
Tina.
that everybody is tired of seeing our family pictures because everybody but me posted them. There's some, I think, on the Whack-A-Mole. She posted them on the Whack-A-Mole page on Instagram. My favorite one is just of Greg and the girls. And I'm going to promote something. We're going to do a podcast with him and another gentleman that he works with, Jake Green.
Yep.
With Dixie Moving and Storage.
Plug.
But total plug, if anybody's listening.
They're running
work for
specials for the
Beacons.
month of
They
December.
are. They're very good-looking men. If you need something moved, they're happy to do it. Anyway, we're going to talk about. They are both fathers of daughters, and Jake's got 3 girls and 1 boy, and the boy's the youngest. And it's just a lot of like curling irons, tampons, Advil, Midol, and other things. So.
Oh, how do you manage the behavior? Like I created a mini version of me. And I hate her sometimes. Like, I look at her and go, was I ever like that? Like, why is this happening to me?
Okay, I have a story that I'm bursting. Okay. Because that's a good segue. Because my Samantha, God bless her, I love you, baby girl. She is the baby of the family, and she does not let anybody forget that at any given time, unless she wants to do something grown up. Then she's, Okay, so this morning, I don't want to say this because I don't want people to think my house is dirty, because it's not. My husband's OCD. Let me just say that, okay? So
He's wound tight.
yes,
sure.
he is. So, about a month ago, we were on the porch when it was really hot outside, and he saw a mouse. I didn't see it, and I was like, whatever, dude. Okay, a mouse. Now, we also put our dog down in June, but the dog was always chasing something out there, and but I never saw what it was. It could have been a lizard. We have lizards all over the backyard.
We're
Okay,
in the desert.
so the other night I went outside, and I saw something run across the thing, and I was like, fuck, no. And Greg was out of town, and I was like, no. I was on the phone with somebody I hadn't spoken to in a long time, like a family member of mine that I hadn't spoken to in a long time, so I couldn't, and they were telling me this big, long, drawn-out story, and I was like, fucking mouse. Okay, so I let that go, went in the house, shut everything down, like made sure it looked all over the place, right? This morning I get up, and I hear Greg go, sorry, Michelle, but I hear, that's his mom. I hear him go, fuck. And I was like, oh my God, what? And I'm like 10 minutes, I'm out the door, okay? So I go out there and he's got like, we have like this thing with these wicker, you know, those like wicker storage things, a little shelf in our dining room. And we keep closed food in there, like packaged oatmeal or chips or, you know, things
Dry
that are
food.
not right.
Yeah.
Just it's pantry items and things like that. And everybody's kind of got their own little drawer. So he hears some rustling. No shit. I mean, I have chills just talking about this. He opens the thing, and I guess it ran out. I don't even want to know. Okay, it ran out. We have mouse traps, so he takes 3 or 4 mouse traps. Which, when we had the dog would lick the peanut butter off the mouse traps.
Oh yeah.
And so we could never have them really set, you know. And she just looked at me like, "What the fuck is you just teasing me with peanut butter?" And like, what is this? So, anyways,
Thanks,
the dogs,
Mom.
right?
Thanks, Mom.
And I have never seen an animal in my house of any kind when I had my dog.
So something.
So I'm like, oh shit, man, I don't want to go near the fridge. I want to get me out of here. I want to get out of here. Okay,
vermin.
So oh please, I'm like, Samantha, I don't want any wrappers in your room. I don't want any food. Blah blah blah. Anyway, so he sets the traps. She comes home for lunch. And then she goes back to school, and I'm like, you know, she FaceTimes me and she's talking to me. She comes home, she's FaceTiming me, and I was busy, and I was like, oh, come on, man. Why can't you just be texting me right now? I turn it on. She's hysterical. Like she was hysterical about her nails.
The dead mouse in the trap.
She said, I came home and I looked at the trap. There's a few of them, but there was one out where you could see it.
Yeah.
And she said, it was fine. Okay. She goes, I'm minding my own business. I go sit on the couch to watch Friends and play on my phone.
Right there.
She said, I heard it snap, and then I heard the mouse squeal. Exactly. And then she said, I heard his little like toenails trying to run away. If your child ever calls you hyperventilating, crying, it was like the video that I posted not too long ago of her when she got her nails done and they were hideous. And I'm getting the creeps, and she's like, Mom, I go out in the front yard, like, just did it scream? She can't even talk, she can't breathe, nothing, right? So I go,
you wanted her to relive the trauma.
My gosh, I go outside. She goes outside and closes the door. She goes, come get me, please. So I escape. I know you didn't see me leave, but everybody's like, oh, where's Tina going in the middle of an afternoon?
My daughter has a mouse. She heard it die.
She goes, I'll come to your office and lay behind your desk. I go, until Kobe gets home, until Kobe gets off.
Yeah.
Anyway.
That just made my tongue swell because I'm picturing
it was
dead
just so
mouse.
Think I went in there? Fuck that noise. I said, make sure the door's locked. And I have the ring, so I watched her go in there and lock the door. And she's just the whole time. She gets in the car and she's like, and then she starts laughing. She goes, I can't believe I'm this upset about a mouse. I go, well, it was a living thing. Like it was, that's violent. I mean, it's not like the mouse just went, okay, I'm going to fall over dead right now. It was like snap and just, so... Yeah, she was hysterical. I called Greg immediately. He was like on the forklift.
Did you not laugh? Laughing. Okay, yeah.
Oh yeah. He was like, he thought that was so funny. The best part is I'm here. He's on his way home. Samantha's at her boyfriend's house doing homework, and he has OCD. So that's going to be he'll have like crime scene tape up, and he's going to have the hazmat suit out.
You should have just got a hotel room for the night.
I'm not going to deal. No, he'll clean that shit up. He won't stay a night in that house without that. No way. And like this morning as I was leaving,
I had the cleanest house in the fucking block.
one of the mouse traps kept snapping on him this morning as I was leaving. I just kept hearing snap. Like the first time he was like, "Gah!" Second time he was like, oh, I can't believe these things are so effing cheap. He didn't even say the F word. And I was like, oh my God. And I had to walk past him through the laundry room to get to my car. And I was like, and it kept snapping. I was like, well, have fun. Have a nice day, baby. I love you.
Let me know if you need me to pick some peanut butter up at the store.
Oh, think he's not out getting more mouse traps right now? We'll be trapped up in the house everywhere. Okay, so I had to tell that
gave
story.
me a good ab workout. Like I haven't laughed like that in a long damn time.
That was
Thank you.
I wish the first thing, and this isn't always my first
Girls
thing,
are
is I wanted to take a
That
video
whole
of her
story.
so bad, but I was afraid of what she would. I'm a little bit scared of her because she is like me. Okay, so there's the story of the mouse. So maybe I'll get back to that next week, or the next time we come back. I'll let you guys know what happened to the mouse. I don't know. Maybe he'll put it in a box and bury it. I don't know. He thought it was really funny.
Though you went and picked her up, and
oh my gosh, I couldn't imagine. She was like, and I'm here by myself. I said, is Sissy home? Because Sissy lives next door. And she's like, no, she's not home. And
hold on. I want to give you an imaginary award for the mom of the fucking year. My mom would have said, are you seriously calling me on this? And hung up on me.
No way. My kids cry. That's probably why
and
they
then
cry.
I would have been made fun of for the rest of my fucking life. At the dinner table. However, Samantha,
it was too much.
You are
God
the biggest
bless.
and beautiful soul.
She is.
And so sensitive. Girls are hard.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
She's probably getting ready to, I don't know, menstruate or something. I just outed my child. I'm sorry, Samantha. Okay. I'm going to give some fun facts about Alex Trebek so we can move on. I really want to say that this man, since 1984, when he first started hosting that show, I was 18 in 1984. And I loved that show. Mm-hmm. You called me one night and I was like, yeah. And my phone's ringing and Jeopardy? It's Charmaine. And I was like, hello, what are you doing? I'm watching Jeopardy, hoping she'd go, oh, okay, I'll let you go. She was like, oh my God, it reminds me of my parents.
I love that noise. Like, you learn so much.
Oh my word.
It's not even like for you to know the answer. It's almost like, what am I going to learn today?
My brother was down last week and I put the he goes, can you put on the news? And I was like, no, we're watching Jeopardy. And I turned it on, and as the things go in the category, it was like bones in the body or something. I answered like 4 or 5 of them. And he was like, I swear.
He thought you were so smart.
Oh, he goes, no, he didn't. My brother, really? He goes, is this a repeat? And I said, no, it's not a repeat, bitch. He thought I was cheating. Is this a repeat? I said, no, I actually know the answers to these questions, Tom. Okay. Anyway, so
who do you think that they're going to get to replace him?
I don't even want to think about
Drew
that.
Carey.
Oh my gosh.
He replaced Bob Barker.
That's oh my God.
The
no
Price
way.
Is Right.
That's
yeah.
Those
Get
are
your
worlds
dogs
away.
And cats spadered and neutered. Yeah.
Might be Ken Jennings. I don't know. I don't even want to think about it. They've got shows all the way through to the end of the year. Ken Jennings is from our state, and he is the GOAT of Jeopardy, the greatest of all time.
Oh, you know what? I know who you're talking about. Yeah, my girlfriend actually was on Jeopardy, like when I was in college. She's freaking crazy smart. Foreign adoption company. Long story short, she came back and told me all the ins and outs of like what goes on in production, and I thought, I've got to get there someday.
I wished. I want to just take the test.
I could do. I definitely could do the show. You are the weakest link. Goodbye.
That one's fun. That one's fun. Okay, so I've watched him since 1984. He's been in my life longer than Oprah, if you can believe that. If you can believe it. And more often, because he showed up every day.
Every day. He was at your house.
Yeah. So he hosted more than 75,000 episodes of Jeopardy. He was nominated for 34 Daytime Emmy Awards and won 7. I know. He's the smartest man I think I've ever seen, or I don't know him. I could say he's the smartest man I've ever known.
Smart? He hosted a game show.
He.
Do you think he knew all those answers?
Yes, I do.
You really do.
Oh, absolutely.
How do you know that, Sean? Fact check this.
Okay, here comes Sean.
No. He's even mentioned that he knows probably like 80 to 90% of all the answers.
Yeah,
he just knows them.
Yes.
I want a clipping of
you question him?
How could
I apologize. this world has turned me into a fact checker these days.
I guess so. Okay, so this is the other thing. This is my very favorite thing about Alex Trebek.
What the fuck?
About Alex Trebek is that he was so condescending to these people. Like once a show, he'd say something like the Daily Double would come up and the guy would go, "I'll bet $5,000." He'd be, "Ooh, that's a lot of money." Like he'd look at him like, you? Okay. All right. 5,000 it is. And then the guy wouldn't get it would go for however long it takes. I think it's like 15 seconds. I think he'd go, "You got to say something. You got to say something." And then the guy would be like, "Oh, I don't know." And he'd go, "Ooh, that was a big hit. Pick again." Your turn. Pick again. I don't know if we're going to see you in Final Jeopardy, but all right. I just would be like, Greg and I would be watching because, of course, I drug him into the whole Jeopardy thing. And we would watch it. If there was a geography category, he'd come running in. I've got this. Okay. I just know the random
I want to live
shit.
at your house. Like, can I?
With the mouse?
Yeah, call me when that's done. And Greg's cleaned. But however, I would vacation in your home.
It gets wild in our house. For sure.
I think you guys, the way that you just vibe and laugh and joy and hell and pain.
Oh my gosh, we do laugh. That's for sure. The girls are a trip. One night we were sitting there and Greg goes, "I think we were talking about getting Marissa on our own auto insurance because she's still tethered to us."
and she got that in an accident.
Yeah, well, it was right before that. And then Greg goes, and then we started talking about something else. I think we're going to get a new Christmas tree. And Samantha goes, "You don't just throw away Christmas trees and take Marissa off the insurance. Who are you?" She goes,
"Do not change our lives.
What's going on?" Yeah, don't change our lives. So, okay, Mr. Alex Trebek, may you rest in peace. Thank you for giving us. And he will be on the show until the end of the year because he taped his last episode, I think, less than 2 weeks ago, they said.
Oh, wow. Mm-hmm. What a battle with cancer. And I can tell you, if you have a loved one, if you have somebody outside of the public that has been struggling or has battled cancer, be there for them.
It's gnarly, man.
It is.
He just hung in there and looked so good.
Yeah.
Everybody expected him to show up like I did anyway, looking sick and sickly, and he just never was always in character. He was always the host of Jeopardy.
It's so crazy now that we're thinking about this, like people that are in our homes every day, Alex Trebek, Jeopardy junkie, Tina and her family, that like you almost feel like you get to know them. And so when you get those news flash alert, Apple Spotlight, you mourn that. I mean, and I have to say to all you celebrities, you've chosen this pathway because of your talents and your careers, and we identify with you as well too. We know your people, and you're in our homes every day.
It's not reciprocated because they don't know any of us.
They have no idea who we are.
Yeah,
I think that they would totally like us.
Oh, please!
I totally.
Who doesn't?
You know who would be my best friend?
Well, there's a couple of people out there actually.
You know who's going to be my best friend? Who? He doesn't know it yet. Will fucking Ferrell.
Oh my gosh!
Like shout out!
I would love to get somebody.
You want to know what my
famous?
bucket
If you're
list
listening, please come on our show, even
bucket
if you're
list.
just semi-famous.
Bucket list.
Okay.
Oh my gosh!
We're gonna start writing letters.
Hold on, my bucket list. If you could meet any celebrity and do anything you wanted with them, what would that be?
Oh my gosh! I would have dinner with Oprah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good on you. Let me know how that goes. So mine would be.
I want to sit under her oaks. That's my biggest dream. Anybody who knows me knows that. To discuss like my book or my podcast or something. Yeah.
And like totally get a fan.
Oh my gosh.
Get a fan out of her, you know? You can convert that. Here's the thing. Mine, look at this image, the vision that I have. I fly in on a jet and I'm in my bathrobe. I do have clothes on underneath it, but I'm in my old, dirty, raggedy bathrobe, and
on a jet,
and I land at his estate. I don't even know if he has a fucking estate.
I don't know what she's gonna.
But
say
he meets
right
me
now.
on the courtyard of this big winding grass, and it's an outside table
Is it Trump?
set up for brunch. No, it's Will fucking Ferrell. Okay, I'm telling you. And Will is sitting there at the table, and the whole time we don't say one word. He just gives me those looks that he has, and
oh my God. And you're just laughing the whole time.
And he says, "You are my spirit animal."
Oh my goodness!
Yeah,
that sounds like
I have the same humor as Will Ferrell. I can do it.
Like a dream.
No comment. Like mine's worse, better.
I don't know. Asking Will Ferrell to be your spirit animal kind of has a weird kinky vibe to it.
Oof. Sean's going to go there every time.
In my bathrobe. Eating breakfast. I don't eat fucking breakfast.
And your hair should be greasy or something.
Yeah. Are you noticing what I'm doing here? Saying the word fuck a lot.
Oh my gosh. She came in here on one. So I guess today's vibe is
no filter.
F-bomb worthy.
Yeah. I'm feeling free.
Good.
Yep. Thank you.
Hell yeah.
Free and pissed. Confused, pissed. Okay, moving on to the subject today.
Okay.
What pisses you off more than anything, America? Since November 3rd, 2020, what is the most thing in the entire world that fucking pisses you off?
Oh my gosh, you went right into that.
I did.
Okay, okay.
Election.
Please. So this is my deal. You can take whatever stance you want to because
I love it.
you
Thank
will,
you.
of course.
And all of our viewers, take your stance.
Totally.
Do not judge us.
I got into a big fight with somebody, not recently. It was a couple of months ago. It's always like that during the election season because I like to play devil's advocate and I like to say things that are I want answers about things. What makes you think? Why are you thinking that? And why are you? I did watch Joe Biden walk off the stage yesterday after talking, and he looked like he needed a cane, and that's scary to me. Yeah. So we all know that Kamala's probably going to be running the country. I don't want to say anything bad about the lefties. I don't want to say anything, but that what I just said about Joe Biden was just a true fact. It was an observation. Mm-hmm. I do, and probably going to get some flack for this, I do believe that there was probably, with the ballot counting and who got ballots and who submitted them.
And who's dead.
And who, exactly. There's and all of that.
Ballots are in the trunk of their car in Canada.
Right. I don't, that's upsetting to me that this is our country.
Yeah.
So
it kind of defaces the statement, every vote counts.
Yeah, when it doesn't. And that's why I had a couple of guys sitting in my office the other day and I said, did you vote?
But it is a faulty, imperfect. It will never be a perfect system.
No,
we get
it won't.
But there's so many people that want to drive the train. And I'm going to, regardless of what another country, personnel, staff that are counting the ballots, government officials, political parties, however that all works out, we have to wreak the wrath of that.
Oh,
with mistrust, with misinformation, and feeling like we're in the land of the free.
That's a tough one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Let me ask you this.
That's going to be say the fucking F word again.
How would you, if you were Trump, okay? I don't even want to say if you were Trump. If you were in his position, okay?
That was a very good pronunciation.
I know. I'm working on that. Would you concede?
That's a huge question. There's a lot at stake. He's enveloped this country for the last 4 years, and no matter the personal and the professional attacks and degrading with him claiming taxes, non-transparency, every day that man got up and showed up, and he was faced with very, very heavy decisions. And I believe that there was moments of time that I would see pictures or snapshots, regardless of all the comments that he tweeted and things like that, that I could see him as a human. And he wanted to bear that burden. And I trusted him.
It's like daring greatly. He got in the arena.
Yeah.
He did. He got in the arena, and he
wants to stay in it.
He does. And you know what? It was not easy. I mean, I, in my lifetime, am going to say that he's probably the most criticized.
Yeah.
Like Jake Tapper is he on CNN? He's on MSNBC, CNN. I think it's CNN. Jake Tapper. I can see his face, and I know. He was calling Trump.
We got a break coming up. I'm sorry. Jake Tapper?
Jake Tapper.
Okay, it doesn't matter. But
Look
we're
him
going
up.
to come back and talk about the fake news.
Okay.
In the name of Jesus Christ, amen.
Oh.
This is Whack-A-Mole with Tina B and Charmaine G. Raw discussion about the messiness of life. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back with more Whack-A-Mole. We welcome you back to Whack-A-Mole. Raw discussions about the messiness of life. Now, here are your hosts, Tina B and Charmaine G.
And we're back.
Hey, Tina, did you get
Charmaine
that Amber
is
Alert
fully
from Governor Herbert
loaded.
talking
She's
about
fully
like the
loaded.
new mask mandate
Yes.
and like we're back into the red zone?
Totally.
And, yep. Welcome Thanksgiving.
What are you? I know.
I just literally almost put my mask on during the recording in this
I know.
secluded booth.
I know.
And I'm not going to lie to you, and I'm going to do it. You know those baby clips for the binkies? I'm going to get a fucking clip for my mask.
You know what? I did that with my lanyard at work and had it hanging off of my thing.
See, yeah, because do you know how many times I get the stink eye? I'm not here to harm you. It just got changed last night. Give me a fucking break to catch up.
But there's something about, there's a responsibility. Like Greg and I were talking about this last night. We've just moved right onto the mask mandate. It might be better that we just leave the election in the first part of the show.
We're coming back.
Okay. I'm fine with that too.
Sure.
So the mask mandate, our governor, we're in Utah, Governor Hebert sent out a text like it was like how you get the Amber Alert.
Mm-hmm.
And then they said, tune in at 9:30. We're going to be talking about, he's going to make changes.
Get everybody to,
Yeah. So we all,
my
it
kids
wasn't like,
came
yeah,
in
exactly.
out.
It was exactly. It's not like my kids too. It wasn't like I had to go, hey, there's a thing. They're like, okay, what are we doing now? What
Yeah.
is he going to say now? So they put us back in the red.
Yep.
And there's a mask mandate for the next 2 weeks. No more people than 10.
Small groups.
Small groups. You're not allowed to be at a table with anybody
Other than your immediate family.
than your people that you've been living with. Mm-hmm. So
no social gatherings.
yeah, and this is new. This isn't new for our state, but other states have been maintaining this for a long time, and I think California is probably one of them. That they've been still, things are closed, shut down, and it really didn't ever get to that point with
They have
us.
mask tan lines.
That's
from when they went to
crazy.
the beach.
I don't even want to see that.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I'll show you my tan lines.
So, so my kids came over. We watched the whole thing, and now my point here is that you and I work in a place where we see clients.
Yeah,
okay?
face to
where
face.
public people come into our facility, and we work for the county.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to be responsible.
Can we edit that?
Sorry,
because I'm actually being myself today, and I want to be
she
two
might
people.
want. Yeah. So we just work around here somewhere. So this is the deal. We have to be responsible. Just like I told Greg last night, he goes, I don't want to wear an effing mask when I go into like a business or a restaurant. Or I said, because there's a mandate, he stated that he would start citing people.
Yeah.
Okay. And told us we couldn't protest, which
Yep.
that.
Yep.
That's unconstitutional.
Yep.
Period.
Yep.
So there's that. But
That you will be
if a
cited and fined if you.
But if a business owner, if I owned a small business,
to protest anything,
right? Or if I owned a small business, and somebody came in and didn't have a mask on, and I asked them to put a mask on, and they're like, "No, I don't want to do that," I would lose money by them leaving, or even worse, be freaking cited at my restaurant for somebody, a guest wearing a. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So it's bigger than that. The picture is bigger than. I don't want to wear a mask, so I'm not
our
going
rights
to.
and our freedom,
Which I get. I totally get. But if I owned a business like my daughter who does hair, what if they just said, well, fuck you, ain't coming back? I mean, there goes part of her livelihood.
Yeah.
She also works in a restaurant in a small business.
Mm-hmm.
And if they come in and say they don't want to wear a mask, they're either asked to leave or that business owner runs the risk of being cited for having people in their business without a mask on.
Yep.
That's BS.
Yeah.
It's BS. I don't like it.
Yeah, it's definitely contradictory.
Yes. Yes.
However, though, did we expect anything different?
No.
This year has been OC, out of control.
Totally out of control. I mean, it's one thing after another. You know what I want to just take note of? Biden's huge talking points was about COVID, the coronavirus, the mishandling of it by our current president, who is still our current president.
Yes, and please let's respect that.
Yes,
office.
absolutely. So there's all of that. He's going to stop it. That's all he talked about. Then when they called it on Saturday, all those Biden-Harris people, Times Square has been a ghost town for 7 months.
Yeah.
And I'm watching TV and there are people, I mean, they're...
Thousands.
It looked like New Year's Eve.
Yeah. The ball's about to drop.
Yeah.
His ball's about to drop. I'm sorry.
Well, let's hope they dropped a long time ago. I'm just saying. So, check
Hold
this
on.
out.
We got to edit that. That was
So
bad.
there's this, there's that part of it. And then, I mean, I'm totally losing my train of thought now because I'm thinking about balls. That's
the New York and the...
my gosh. So that to me seemed hypocritical. Okay. Then yesterday, Pfizer comes out with this vaccine. Don't you think it's interesting that they didn't announce that last week, but they waited until yesterday, 2 days after they're saying Biden is the president-elect, to now talk about that. He's going to step up and start taking credit for that.
Thank you for the ownership of what Trump has been doing since March of 2020.
Yes.
However, though, when Trump was in debate and campaigning, he talked about time frames, and people feel like that's the saving grace is vaccination, People, did you know that college students are having COVID parties? Like, so they can contract the virus and get the antibodies and then get paid double at plasma donation
I heard about
centers.
that. I did hear about that. They're doing
Smart
that up at
freaking kids, man.
I don't want to mention the two schools, but they're up north.
Yep.
And they're rivals. One's red, one's blue.
Yeah. Let's talk about our local school.
I didn't hear about it here.
So there was a Unity event.
Let's talk about that.
And one of my fellow associates in the political arena, she is a strong young woman. She is not contentious at all. She's very respectful, and I respect her highly. She just went in with a Trump shirt on and was immediately verbally, it just stayed verbal, but however, it was a group. It was almost turning into chants.
It was on the local news.
It was, you guys.
Which is sad.
And then the teachers or whoever was there, the advisors came over to see the conflict and asked them to leave, to resolve the situation. And they were trying, while they're getting yelled at in their face so up front, they're trying to... Why are you doing this? Like, we're not coming to you like this. We just want to be here, know? And ironically, in the article and on the news, it was like, at a Unity event.
At a Unity event.
That is what, you know what? I have to apologize for my ball dropping comment because it's not about Biden. It was just my stupid, poor humor. Because no matter who is in office, I've been taught to honor and respect that position and fully support it. It is not my candidate of choice. However, though, I would definitely not be respectful of that office. And it is so hard to understand how people have forgotten that.
Well, they forgot it a long time ago. And I think just like you, I can really get caught up in talking smack about somebody in any arena, sports, trash talking a team, like, whatever. And so, we didn't preface it like this, but this has always been my thing. We don't really talk about politics. We're talking about this today because we just had the biggest
effects
election.
of the election.
Yeah, totally. And the way that it's kind of affecting our families and our kids. There's that. Then also, it just seems we're so divided right now. We are so divided.
Are you not tired?
I am tired. And I think I'm really grateful that our Trump, the people in our country who are for Trump have not started any violent, that I know of. Do you know of any violent protesting or anything like that?
No.
They certainly are protesting, but they're not violent. And it's just interesting. There's little things like that.
Yeah.
Like they're
you know what they're
all
doing?
this shit
They're
was
putting
going
flags on their cars and their trucks and doing Trump rallies to where they're just doing caravans.
Yep.
And
Trump train.
Yeah, the Trump train.
And they also
nationwide. It's not local
Second
either.
Amendment.
It's nationwide. So
they're pro Second Amendment. They haven't had to bring out their arms at this point and threaten or shoot anybody. However, it's been going on all
for 2 weeks, 3 weeks
in the blue states. So I'm sure we're going to get some backlash from this, but that's okay.
My thing is that there's still people, and if there was, if it warranted a violent riot, that makes sense. None of this is warranted.
No.
It is about your matter of opinion. It's also about things that you have faced, your ancestors have faced. There's so many deep roots that are connecting to almost, it feels like two colors rather than to people, to presidents, black, white, blue, all of those colors.
Don't you think, though, like when I asked you if you would concede, I want to validate what you just said. Yes, yeah. I agree 100%.
Yeah, so the answer was no, I wouldn't.
Okay, so no, you wouldn't.
No, I would not.
Now, I also can see...
That's not me. Is it me? No, that's you. Yes, it wasn't me, you guys. It wasn't me. It was Tina and her freaking phone. I win. Okay.
Sorry, guys. I'm so sorry.
Okay, so go back.
That's humbling.
I wouldn't concede.
So you wouldn't concede. But I did just hear you say, because I'm always going to come at the feeling angle because that's how I'm wired, okay?
Yeah.
You're like, I'm exhausted. To me, I would be like, I'm a right fighter until I can't shut my head off behind it, until I'm obsessing to the point that I don't feel healthy anymore from an emotional standpoint. And is there any way that I'm going to win? So these are the questions that, as being somebody in Trump's position right now, those are the things I would. Is it worth it? How worth it is it? How long should we drag this out, or should I just concede? And what kind of effect is it going to have on me, the country, my family? From an emotional standpoint, because the bottom line is that none of us is getting out of here fucking alive. Okay, we can't take any of it with us. And maybe on the deathbed of a president, somebody would say he was the greatest president that ever lived, or whoever. Like, I'm talking in general, any president.
Yeah, you're always
that
famous when you're dead.
That would but yeah. How I don't want to get to be at the end of my life and be the age of these men. First of all, I have to think that much, but that's just as a side note. I also don't want to be emotionally unhealthy or feel that way. And that's probably just because I've had enough emotional unhealth.
They're a different caliber than us, Tina. I mean, meaning that they've been in that arena, and not that they're calloused, but they've grown ingrained with how to manage that, And
I want to believe that.
Well,
absolutely.
I'm in politics, and I can tell you it's not just thick skin, but you have to give people the benefit of the doubt. You have to take the licks when they come, and you have to step aside when credit is given to somebody else. However, though, I do believe that when people run for office, I want to know what their intent is. I got to get that vibe from them. I got to say, what is it? Power, gain, title, or purpose? What are they going to do good? And there's so much to cover too, you know, with all this concern of the green bill and emissions and having to go to electric cars. Elon Flux, is it Elon Flux? No, it's Elon Musk. Okay.
Elon Musk.
Elon, I just am your friend. Send me a free electric car because Mama can't afford it. But I'm just going to tell you right now, a lot's going to change. It's not something that we can't handle. I just want to impress. When we were at Sunday dinner, we had a birthday dinner, so all of our extended family was there. Cousins, brothers, not cousins. Anyway, nieces and nephews. There was about 9 of them, ranging from 5 years of age to 11. And you know, we're all loud and we're all, you know, funny. I think we're fucking funny, but we're sitting there and one of my nephews says, "Who voted for Trump? Raise your hand." And like all the kids and even the adults started to raise their hand. I'm all like, and then you've got the smartest niece that's actually smart. You say, "No, we didn't. We're not 18. And I said, "That's really good. That's a really good observation, Lacey Lou. Who hates Biden? Raise your hand."
Oh my God.
And so he just keeps chanting out this. And I said, "How do you know these things? Like, you're 7. Like, how do you know why you want Trump or why we shouldn't do this? Like, are you talking about it at school? Do your friends talk about it?" That depth, like, in the child's mind, that we are teaching them this.
You got to think that for the last, at least 2020, they've been looking at slanderous commercials too. I mean, unless they're constantly on Disney Plus, which I almost prefer for, you know, or, you know, Netflix, a forum where they're streaming things and not seeing commercials. But I mentioned Jeopardy. We watch Jeopardy. We watch the local news. We watch whatever. And the whole election season, I would see one ad about a local race, how great this guy is, and then it would stop, and the very next ad would be from his opponent talking about what a douchebag piece of shit he is.
That I can't follow that because
go ahead.
It's almost like you wasted your time. You could have like highlighted what you want to do and impressed upon us where you want to take us, and that whole time was spent on defacing somebody to win.
And they're absorbing this. Our kids are absorbing this. So now the question is, how do we undo that? We don't undo. I have encouraged my children, and on their own, they have a stance. They have a stance on their own.
They're young adults. They're adults.
Yes.
So their mind is developed. They can comprehend their processes and perspectives are real. And that's their individual right. When my son was pacing and I couldn't get him to bed on election night, and literally we look like Willy Wonka and the chocolate factory where the old people are all laying in the bed. And in my parents' bedroom, they're like laying in the big bed. One's in the computer chair and one's on the floor, and 2 of us are on the bed. And my son keeps coming in. He's 11, you guys. And he's just like, "I'm so worried, Mom. Like, what's going to happen to our country?" And I'm like, "Landon, nothing, bud." He thought the world was going to end and that if Trump did get in office. And I said, that is not the case. And I looked over at my mom and I said, "What comes out of your mouth?" He is only going off of that because she has her right. And I agree with some of her views, a lot of her views. However, though, we've got to be very conscientious that how we're delivering that message can set the precedence of how we react.
And it's not just, he's young.
Yeah.
My daughter, he's 11, she's 22, so
3 o'clock
twice
in the morning.
her age.
Pacing, 3 o'clock in the morning pacing.
Wow. Marissa was just like, "Oh my gosh, I am so scared. Like, what 12 hours from now, what is this all going to look like?" And she always has a little anxiety about things. You know, she's the
one
more
that
anxious
cried because of the mask. I mean, the mouse.
No, no, that would be Samantha.
Okay. No, I have to say though, like, it was sad because to manage those emotions and to kind of counsel him, I thought, oh, it's bigger than this because people are so mad. They're just not managing their emotions correctly, and they feel a right to it. They feel like they need to be heard. They can, you know, in the end, we all have to be able to manage change. So realize how we're reacting to this. We can affect that change. We can make positive moves in this, and we can just be more humanitarian.
Well, this is what our kids are dealing with.
Yeah.
They were already dealing with COVID and things really changing. Like they stopped learning at school, and to finish, they just did the very bare minimum, right? Okay. So then summer came and it was all hooping and hollering, and then they went back and they're like part-time. They've got 1 foot in, well, my daughter has 1 foot in digital online learning and another foot in the classroom. And so they're trying to manage that. And then the masks, which she really hasn't said too much about that. And then the election, and then all of this stuff. And at some point I can be like, oh my goodness, let's just, there's that whole, let's baby them attitude for about 2 seconds for me. And then I'm just like, get up. I have to deal with this too. Yeah, everybody does. So get up in your 15-year-old brain and heart, and and let's just walk through it. This is the state of 2020.
Yeah.
This is what you're going through in your teen years right now. What was I going through in my teen years? Normal stuff. There's puberty, there's boyfriends, there's crushes, there's peer pressure, there's drugs, there's all of this stuff. Everybody's got their thing. And I don't think I do get a little bit like enough already.
Yeah.
Don't be a snowflake.
Ooh.
And I just say that because I'm probably going to get so much flack about that.
You got to manage your emotions and get those in control, because the day the sun will come up tomorrow. I'm about to sing fucking Annie. So here's the thing. I just want to say to you that night how I managed my, sun pacing, parent of the year award over here. Next.
Oh, I want to hear this.
I took an Advil PM and knocked the fuck out. I was like, peace.
Bye.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Because it's not, there's so many things that are still going to be happening. And I just want to tell people that are feeling like they need to be heard and they're taking action, please do it responsibly, because we want to we want to be able to keep our country intact, and we have to do that ourselves. We're looking to administration to do that. We don't need the military to come in and break the fight up. We do because of how far it goes. Yeah. But please stop it before it goes that far.
Yeah, totally. Oh my gosh. So, the mouse. What time is it right now?
Oh, yeah. So our life mode, because we got 2 minutes and 44 seconds.
We haven't really.
I'm afraid to do them all.
Do you want to start?
No, I just want you to do it by yourself, because I'm going to blast somebody on the fucking air.
There's no need for that, young lady.
That's how I'm feeling.
Okay. Nothing. It's Charmania over here. Charmaniac. I am really happy. My brother has come to visit me a couple of times over the last couple of weeks, and I'm just so happy he's in my life.
He's doing good work.
Yeah, he is. I love him. I love you, Tony B, very much. There's that.
I have one.
There's also, I love the holidays.
I do too.
So excited for the holidays. It's ushering them in this year seems far more comforting than it has. So we had our first fire. As you know, there was a cold front that came in through, if you're in California, you probably got it, and then we got it and moved on into Colorado and wherever it's going, and there's another one coming through. But our weather changed. Like, we were wearing shorts and tank tops last week, and now we're bundled up with scarves and stuff. So it's cold. So actually, the lows have been in the 20s at night.
Yeah, I sleep good.
Yeah.
Like that.
It's lovely. I like to have the window open.
I do too.
A little bit.
So with my, can I add mine?
Go right ahead.
Today I had a
I'm almost frightened.
Experience.
I'm frightened.
I'm not going to go evil with this. I'm going to be the good. Okay. So they don't deserve my power.
Okay.
Meaning that I want to keep it. I want to keep myself, worry about myself. Today there was a coworker that I got the chance to vibe with. And I could feel such a strong, warm sense of comfort from her. And I haven't felt that in a long time. And to be honest with you, that was pure connection that I believe that I longed for, and having that sense. So I'm grateful that I can feel.
We're ushering that in. We're manifesting that. That is exactly what we set out to do together with this podcast.
Yeah. Life is real. It doesn't hurt to feel. Work through your shit, people.
Oh, we love you, wackos.
All right.
Feel free to comment. Message us.
Seriously.
We want to hear from you.
I'm not going to lie to you.
Charmaine.
We with you is the best. Man. I do too. In the name of Jesus Christ.
You've been listening to Whack-A-Mole with Tina B and Charmaine G. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Watch us on YouTube and subscribe to us on iTunes, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Pandora, or wherever you listen to podcasts. Join us next time for, well, whatever may happen with Tina B and Charmaine G on Whack-A-Mole. This has been a production from A Podcast Studio.